Hello friends, it's Dave and Roxanne again in our blog, Empowered Couple. You just heard a buzzer. Um, we're in an arena, in a soccer arena, just here locally in town, just on a Sunday afternoon with family, just playing a little bit of soccer, just having a little bit of fun. But I want to thank you for visiting us, watching our blog, and today I want to share with you the third element of a powerful dream. If you remember, the first one, it has to be massive. Number two, when it's massive, it automatically becomes magnetic. But today I want to share with you the third element, and that third element is that dream has to be measurable. You have got to know how big and the details, the intricate details of your dream. I once heard a quote that a dream without a deadline is just a dream. So does your dream right now have a deadline? Does it have, for example, if your dream is to increase your finances, is an extra 50 cents, is that okay? Right? Or what is it exactly? Maybe you want to make an extra 10,000 next year. Make it specifics, 10,000, and by when? It has to have a deadline. I want to share with you just a quick story about this measurable. I remember in 2008, I was at the lowest point of my life. I just lost my business, lost my house, but I met this wonderful, amazing woman, and her name is Roxanne, right, my wife, and we were friends for a year. Then we started dating, but then we really connected and we wanted to get married. But I had a dilemma. Guess what my dilemma was? I had no money. We want to get married, and so we went out there. We found out how much it would cost. The cheapest to get married here in Canada, North America, is 15,000. So I was like, man, 15,000. I really want to get married. So I had that 15,000, and then we had a deadline. August 8, 2009 was our wedding. And I remember I started to visualize this massive dream of mine. I started to visualize, and at the time I was in sales, so I started to visualize how beautiful Roxanne would walk in the aisle, how her dress would look like. I started to visualize that every single night, that massive dream I had. One thing led to the other. That massive dream got magnetized through the resources. I remember landing a big deal in the sales that I was, and I was just, to my shock, it was almost 80% of what we needed in our wedding, that 15,000, and more resources came. I remember we used to knock on doors for a living, and we met this lady, right? And it was her first time. It was her very first time taking. Her business was taking wedding pictures, and it was her first time doing it. So she would give us a deal, $500. Everywhere else it was $2,000. So the resources just started to come, and then the wedding came, and it was such an amazing journey. I remember that wedding. I was standing in the aisle. I was closing my eyes, When I closed my eyes, I still kind of visualized what it looked like. But that was what I visualized every single night. But I remember when I opened my eyes, when I looked at my wife, my future wife, in front of that aisle, I almost fell into tears because that was exactly what I visualized on the deadline that we put in. Friends, I want to challenge you today. If you have a dream, I want you to implement those three elements to make it powerful. But today, more importantly, make it measurable. When is the deadline for that maybe financial freedom that you wanted? When is the deadline to maybe build a relationship with your son, daughter? I want you to have the intricate details. Another element I want to add is that have the details, but don't be attached to it. Surrender to the surprises of this universe, of God. Of God is a surprise for you. So, friends, I hope I gave value on the message today. We encourage you to keep watching. If this really touched you in a specific way, or maybe you have a dream and you want to make it measurable, I want you to comment in our blog and just tell us what your dream is, how measurable it is. If you have friends that are in this dilemma, we want you to share this message so that they will also be blessed. Again, thank you for watching. This is Dave and Roxanne, your empowered couple. We'll see you again.